Okay, so you're here because you want to like really get right to it.
Right.
You know, you don't want to have to wade through tons of information to try to figure out like what's really going on.
Absolutely.
But you flag this chapter and it is just dense.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on.
Lots going on.
A lot of kind of unsettling stuff.
Yeah.
Some really complicated relationships.
Absolutely.
So we've got like the key parts of that chapter right here.
Right?
And we really want to like kind of cut through all of that
Yeah.
to try to understand like what's really happening here.
Absolutely.
Okay, so let's dig in.
Okay.
I mean, right away.
The thing that's...
When Camille wakes up,
Oh, my God.
it's so physical, right?
It is so physical.
It's not just her mind.
Mm-mm.
It's like her stomach's coiled.
Yeah.
Her jaw is aching.
Right.
It's like her whole body is reacting to something.
Absolutely. And it's interesting, too, that she's also observing her body in this moment.
Yeah.
You know, she talks about the eyelashes on the pillow. You know, that dark blue smudge?
Right. Like makeup.
Exactly.
Yeah.
She's almost detached from herself.
Hmm.
But it's also a way of grounding us
Right.
in the tangible evidence that something very unsettling has happened.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like a very visual
Yes.
way to kind of set the scene.
Exactly.
And it moves so quickly.
Yes, it does.
Right away.
Right into that.
She starts vomiting.
Yes.
Which is already like, oh.
So disturbing.
But then she had this like weird flashback to being a kid.
Yeah.
Where somehow vomiting was like a comfort thing with her mother.
It was like this weird ritual with her mother.
Like that just throws you off right away.
It really does.
That's not a normal thing.
Not at all.
And then it's like, okay,
Yeah.
headache, having to go to the bathroom.
Right.
This really intense pain in her ankle.
Yes.
And then the blood.
Oh my gosh. The blood?
And it's not just her blood.
No.
It's like there's blood on Emma's side of the bed too.
Right.
So clearly something really intense and violent happened.
Absolutely.
That night.
Yeah.
To both of them.
For sure.
I think what's really interesting too is like
Yeah.
where Camille's mind goes right away.
Yes.
She doesn't really focus on like her own pain or discomfort.
No.
It's like immediately she's worried about
No.
her mother
finding out.
knowing.
Yes.
And then she's afraid of being in trouble.
Absolutely. And that's so telling, right? It speaks to this deep-seated fear of punishment that's clearly been ingrained in her.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have the reappearance of those names.
Yes.
Dead Anne and Dead Natalie.
Like they just hang there.
They do?
Dead Anne and Dead Natalie.
It's like this immediate foreshadowing, like this dark cloud hanging over everything.
Right. And then she's like immediately guilty.
Yes.
About like betraying Marion in her thoughts.
Interesting.
But also like really worried about Amma.
Right.
You know, it's like even in this moment where she is so vulnerable, she's still worried about the repercussions of like being disloyal.
Absolutely. It speaks to this intense pressure and fear that's governing these relationships.
Yeah, like she can't even allow herself to feel her own feelings.
Right.
Because she's so worried about
the consequences.
Yeah, like what other people are going to think of what they're going to do to her.
Absolutely.
And then there's this whole thing at the door.
Oh, yeah.
With her mom.
Yeah.
You know, the door handle's jiggling.
Right.
Her mom's like trying to coax her out.
Yeah, with that overly sweet tone.
Yeah, it's so creepy.
It is.
And then she has this memory of like being given medicine by her mom that made her sicker.
Right.
Like that's not.
No, that's not right.
A good sign.
Not at all. It makes you question Adora's motives right from the start. Like,
yeah.
What is she really trying to do here?
Right. It's like, is she trying to help or is she trying to do something else? And it's interesting, too, because in that moment.
Yes.
Like when she's feeling so scared and vulnerable.
Right.
The people she thinks about are Curry and Eileen.
Yes.
You know, like.
Her connections to the outside world.
Yeah. It's like she's longing for rescue.
Yeah.
From her own family.
Absolutely.
Which is really sad.
It is very sad.
But she doesn't get rescued.
No, she doesn't.
By Curry and Eileen.
No.
Instead, it's Adora.
Adora with a key.
With a key.
Which is like
Yeah.
Such a symbol of her power and control.
Right, like she can just come in whenever she wants.
Exactly. She has unrestricted access.
And she's described as like smug.
Yes.
With her chin tilted high.
Like she's already won.
Yeah, like she's in charge.
Absolutely.
And then her explanation for what happened.
Oh, gosh.
To Camille and Amma.
Yeah.
Is so ridiculous.
It's unbelievable.
It's like fainting on the stairs.
Yeah.
From bad meat.
From bad chicken.
Bad chicken.
Like, come on.
I mean, come on.
Seriously,
Yeah.
You see the bruises, you see the blood.
It's not bad chicken.
No, it's not food poisoning.
Right.
Something much more serious is going on.
And, Adora is supposed to be like this expert
Yes.
in illness and injury.
She is.
So how can she not see that something else is going on?
Right. It makes you wonder if she's deliberately turning a blind eye to it.
Is she choosing not to see it?
Yeah, it's very suspicious.
It is.
It's suspicious.
So then we get into this whole examination thing.
Oh, yeah.
Which is so invasive.
It's awful.
She just like strips the sheets off of Camille.
Right, like it's nothing.
Yeah, and then immediately restrains her hands.
Yeah, she doesn't even ask.
No.
She just does it.
And the way she's like inspecting her is described as...
like she's inspecting a horse.
Yeah.
It's so dehumanizing.
It is.
It's like she's not even seeing Camille as a person.
Right, it's like she's an object.
Exactly.
And then she's like prodding at her ankle, which we know is like super messed up.
Yep.
And then like feeling around this smashed food spot on her head.
Yeah.
And there's just like no tenderness.
No warmth.
Yeah, no, like, are you... Oh, okay.
Great.
It's very like clinical.
Very detached.
Yeah.
Like she's just assessing the damage.
Right.
Not expressing any concern.
Yeah. And then the way she cleans the ankle wound.
With alcohol.
Pouring it on there.
And then she puts this bandage on it.
Yeah.
That's so tight.
Way too tight.
It's like bleeding through right away.
Yeah. It's described as looking like the flag of Japan.
Oh my God.
Which is such a disturbing image.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like she's trying to help.
Right.
But she's actually making it worse.
Yeah, she's causing more harm.
And then the haircut.
Oh, the haircut.
Right? She like makes Camille get a haircut.
Yeah, around the head wound.
Around the head wound.
And Camille doesn't want to do it.
No.
But Adora forces her.
She's like, I'll cut you.
Yeah, if you don't cooperate.
So creepy.
This is awful. And she ends up with this bald patch.
Right.
And then she puts alcohol on that too.
Ugh. I know. Like,
why?
It's like another layer of violation.
Yes.
She's taking away Camille's agency.
Right, like her sense of self.
Exactly.
It's not about taking care of her.
No.
It's about controlling her.
It's about power.
And then what's really weird is that after all of that, after all of that abuse, Adora starts acting like she cares.
Oh, yeah.
She's like washing her face.
Right.
She's looking through pill boxes.
She brings her a blue pill with milk.
With the milk.
And she's all like, oh, this is for the infection. It'll help with the bacteria from the food.
Like, come on.
It's so manipulative.
It's so fake.
It's like she's trying to make Camille forget what just happened.
Yeah.
By being all sweet and caring.
Right. And Camille is like, what is this medicine?
Yeah, she keeps asking.
But Adora won't tell her.
No, she just gets evasive.
And then she's like, Camille? I'm your mother, and you're in my house.
Oh, yeah, like a threat.
Yeah, like you do what I say.
Exactly.
And Camille is like freaking out internally.
She's panicking.
Yeah, because she's like, is this the same thing that Alma gets?
Right, she calls it ecstasy.
Yeah, I mean, she's like, what if I don't take it?
Yeah.
Like, what's going to happen to me?
She's terrified of the consequences.
Yeah. And it just shows you, like, how much power Adora has.
Absolutely. She has all the power.
Yeah.
And they have none.
So she takes the pill.
He does.
And then she has this dream.
Oh, my God, the dream.
Which is so messed up.
It's so disturbing.
Her mom is, like, lying on top of her, kissing her.
Yeah.
And then spitting her teeth out.
Into her hand.
Into her hands.
It's so creepy and so symbolic.
Yeah, like, what does that even mean?
It's like Adora is taking something essential from her and then rejecting it.
Right.
Like she's not even good enough for her own mother to keep.
So messed up.
It's really messed up.
And then she wakes up and she's like all dizzy and weak.
Right.
And the first thing she does is try to like rationalize the haircut.
Right.
Like
maybe it wasn't that bad.
Yeah, maybe it'll look okay.
Right.
Maybe it was necessary.
Trying to make sense of the chaos.
Yeah.
And pretend like things are normal.
Right. But then she finds Alma.
And Alma is
downstairs. She's naked.
Yeah.
She's got bandages on. And she's holding her doll.
Yeah.
Which is wrapped up in like bloody tissue paper.
It's so disturbing.
It's so disturbing.
And it really mirrors Camille's own injuries.
Yeah.
Like they both went through something awful that night together.
And Alma's like all sleepy.
Yeah.
And she's like, what did she do to you?
Ugh, my heart breaks for Alma in this moment.
It's so sad.
It is.
And then Camille's like, oh, it was just the blue medicine.
Right.
And Alma's like, oh, yeah, the blue medicine.
Yeah, she explains it.
Yeah, and she's like, she makes me feel hot and drooly. So I fall asleep.
Right.
And she can bring her friends in to look at you.
What? What?
I know.
That is so chilling.
It's so creepy.
It's like some kind of sick ritual.
Yeah.
And she's done this before.
She's done this before.
It's not a one-time thing.
No, this is a pattern.
It's a pattern of abuse.
And the way Amma just accepts it.
Yeah.
You know, she's like, oh, yeah, this is just what happens.
It's heartbreaking.
It is.
That she's had to develop these coping mechanisms.
Yeah.
To deal with her own mother's abuse.
Right.
Like pretending to take the pill so she can just be left alone.
To read or play.
Yeah.
It's awful.
It's really awful.
And Camille is like trying to get more information out of her. You know, she's like asking her about the pills and how they make her feel.
Right.
You know, like, do they make you feel hot and crazy?
Yeah.
Do you have to take cold baths?
Do you throw up?
Do you feel weak?
Do you have to sleep a lot?
Yeah. And she's like piecing it all together.
Yeah, like a detective.
Yeah. And then it hits her. Like, oh my God, this is what happened to Marion.
Right.
This is what's been happening to Amma.
And she's so ashamed.
Yeah, that she didn't see it before.
Right.
But it's like, how could she?
I mean, it's so messed up.
It is.
It's so hard to wrap your head around.
Yeah. And then you have this moment where Amma's like,
yeah,
let's play dolls.
with her dolls.
With her dolls.
Wrapped in bloody tissue paper.
Yeah.
It's so jarring. The innocence of childhood.
Yeah.
Juxtaposed with this horrifying reality.
Right. And Camille is like, my mother killed Marion.
Uh-huh.
My mother killed those little girls.
Yeah.
And then she throws up.
Of course she does.
And her mom comes in.
Right at that moment.
And Camille just like runs away.
She gets out of there.
Yeah, she's like, I got to get out of here.
It's a fight or flight response.
Yeah.
And she's choosing flight.
She's out of there.
Yeah.
And then she has this whole thing with her mom about getting dressed.
Uh-huh.
And the door is like, no, you need to stay in bed.
You're sick.
You're sick.
You need to rest.
But Camille's like, nope, I'm leaving.
She's defiant.
Yeah, she's like, I'm done with this.
Yeah.
And then she just like drives off.
Recklessly.
Yeah.
Like she doesn't even care.
And she's like, I need to talk to Jackie O'Neill.
Interesting.
You know, Jackie O'Neill is described as having this like...
Huff-kilter maternal warmth.
Yeah.
Which is such a great description.
It is.
Yeah, I'm jacking.
And she said this thing to Camille once.
Yeah.
Like, so much has gone wrong.
Ominous.
Yeah, so Camille's like, I got to talk to her.
Yeah.
I got to see what she knows.
Right.
So she goes to Jackie's house.
She does.
And she runs into Jerry Schultz.
Right.
Who is like not interested in talking to her.
No, she's very dismissive.
Yeah.
And she's clearly trying to avoid Jackie's sons.
Yeah, like there's something weird going on there too.
Right, like that house has its own issues.
Yeah.
And then Jerry says, I know why you're here.
Which is like creepy.
It is. It's
right.
like she knows something.
Yeah, but she won't say what it is.
No, she just shuts the door in Camille's face.
Ugh.
It's very Wind Gap.
It is.
You know, like this culture of silence and
right.
keeping secrets.
So Camille finally gets inside.
She does.
And Jackie's living room is described as like obscenely white.
Yeah.
And then there's these like bright colors everywhere.
Right.
And this ludicrous photo of Jackie.
Yeah, it's all very over the top.
Yeah.
Like a caricature.
Yeah, it's like a visual representation of Jackie's personality.
Totally.
And Jackie comes in.
Yeah.
And she's like all dramatic.
Oh, yeah.
And she's immediately focused on Camille's appearance.
Hey, what happened to you? Yeah. You look terrible.
And then she's like, let's have Bloody Marys.
Right away.
Yeah.
It's 10 in the morning.
Yeah. But she's like, who cares?
Yeah.
You know, and it's mentioned that Jackie is like always watching TV.
Yeah.
And that she's really interested in stories about victimized women.
Right.
Which is kind of interesting.
It is.
Right? Like, what does that say about her?
Yeah, don't know.
So they're sitting there.
Yeah.
Drinking their Bloody Marys. It's all dark and air conditioned.
Yeah.
And then Jackie pulls out her collection of pill bottles.
Oh, yeah.
Which is like, wow.
I know.
And she's like, oh, yeah, I have so much fun with these painkillers.
She's very casual about it.
Yeah, and then she's like, what are you taking?
Right, like she just assumes that Camille is on something too.
Right.
And she's very cynical about her doctors. Like she doesn't even care what's wrong with her.
Right.
She just wants the pills so she can escape.
It's sad.
It is.
And then she says this really interesting thing about Adora.
Yeah.
She's like, Adora's not on the sick track yet.
Right.
But if she was...
she would win.
She would totally win.
She would escalate it to a whole other level.
Like, she's so competitive.
Yeah, even about being sick.
Yeah, it's messed up.
It is.
And then Jackie, like, looks at Camille really intensely.
Yeah.
And she's like, you've grown up.
You look like a woman now.
Yeah. And then she's like, so how are things at home?
Right. She's specifically asking about Adora.
Yeah. And Camille's, like, trying to be vague.
But Jackie wants the gossip.
She's like, tell me everything.
Yeah.
And then she puts her feet on Camille's lap.
Oh, yeah.
Which is so weird.
It is.
And offers her candy.
Like a little kid.
Yeah, it's like she's trying to be motherly.
Yeah.
But it's just weird.
It's off.
Yeah, and then Camille finally asks the question.
Yeah.
That's been on her mind.
Right.
It's like, was my mother always like this?
And Jackie just cackles.
Yeah.
Like a witch.
Yeah, it's...
and then she says, beautiful, charming, beloved evil.
Like all in one breath.
Yeah.
Which is like such a perfect description.
It is.
Of Adora.
Yeah, she's this enigma.
Right, like everybody thinks she's so great.
But there's this darkness underneath.
Yes.
That nobody wants to see.
And then she starts talking about Adora's childhood.
Oh, yeah.
You know, she grew up rich. Her parents were like the most powerful people in town.
Yeah.
And her mom, Joya, was like really weird.
She was strange.
Yeah, she used to like lick Adora.
What?
I know, it's so creepy.
That's not normal.
No, it's not.
Very disturbing.
Yeah, then Jackie's like, oh yeah, and Adora was always sick as a kid.
Right.
Like always at the doctor.
Tubes and needles.
Yeah.
Always some kind of drama.
It's like she's been playing the sick card her whole life.
Yeah. Maybe that's where she learned it.
Right.
From her mother. It's like a cycle.
And Jackie can't really remember Camille's grandfather.
No.
But she's like, he's just a lot like Alan.
Right.
Which is interesting.
It is.
Right? Like, what does that mean?
Yeah, it makes you wonder about the men in this family and their role in all of this.
Right. And then Jackie's like, having Camille should have ruined your mother.
Wow.
I know, right?
That's harsh.
It is.
But true.
Yeah, and then she's like, but Dora's so good at making people baby her.
Yeah.
Like, she gets what she wants.
She's manipulative.
Yeah.
She knows how to play the victim.
Right. And she uses her beauty to her advantage. Yeah. She's very charming.
Yeah.
When she wants to be.
Right. And then they talk about Camille's dad.
Yeah.
Which is like a whole other mystery.
Yeah, it's all very hush-hush.
Yeah. Nobody really talks about it.
Right.
And Jackie's like, oh, I bet you were something Joya couldn't control.
Interesting theory.
It is.
Right? Like, maybe that's why she's gone.
Yeah.
Maybe Adora got rid of her. To protect Camille.
Or to protect herself.
Yeah, who knows?
Right.
It's all speculation.
Yeah. And then Jackie's like, Adora was okay for a while after Joya died.
Right.
But then Marion came along.
And it all started again.
Yeah. It's like this pattern with Adora.
Every time she gets close to a young girl,
right,
something bad happens.
And then Camille's like, but was she a nice person?
Yeah, like she needs to know.
Yeah.
But Jackie just laughs at her.
Yeah, she's like, oh, honey.
You're asking the wrong person.
Yeah. And Camille's like, I guess not.
Right.
Like she finally admits it. She's starting to see the truth.
Yeah.
About her mother.
And then Jackie takes a bunch of pills.
Yeah.
And Camille's like, I've never been close to my mother.
And Jackie's like, why are you asking me if she's nice?
Yeah.
Like, I'm her best friend.
Right.
Of course I'm going to say she's nice.
That's so true.
It is.
You know, and it's like Camille is looking for validation in all the wrong places.
Absolutely.
And then she finally asks the big question.
Yeah.
Do you think she's sick?
Like mentally sick.
Yeah.
Not just physically.
Right.
And Jackie's like, I've been thinking that too.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, she's like, thoughts are like fish.
What?
I know it's a weird analogy.
It is.
But she's basically saying that it's hard to catch them.
Right.
Like these thoughts about Adora being sick.
Yeah.
They're elusive.
And then she says, Adora devours you.
Oh my God.
I know.
That is chilling.
And she's like, if you don't let her...
It'll be worse.
Yeah.
She'll destroy you.
And then she's like, look at Amma, look at Marion.
Right.
Like, this is what happens.
This is what she does.
And Camille's like, oh my God.
Yeah, she's terrified.
Yeah, she's like this tingling sensation.
Yeah.
And then Jackie's like, I think she's sick. And I think what she has is contagious.
Oh my God.
And she's like, you need to get out of Windgap.
You need to leave for your own safety.
And then Camille just leaves.
She does.
And Jackie's just standing there.
Staring at her own photo.
It's so creepy.
It's very unsettling.
It is.
Like she's trapped, too.
Yeah.
In this web of dysfunction.
So that was a lot. It's like, I feel like we just went through something really intense.
We went to a dark place.
We did.
And back.
Yeah, so.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so much to unpack there.
There is.
But I think like the main thing that I'm taking away from this is just how manipulative Adora is.
Yes.
You know?
And how dangerous.
Yes, how dangerous she is.
She is a threat to everyone around her.
And how like isolated everyone is in this town.
Windgap is a very insular place.
Yeah. And Camille is in so much danger.
She is. And I think what's really interesting here is this idea of a sickness being contagious.
Yeah.
Not in a literal sense,
right,
but in the metaphorical sense.
Yeah.
Like Adora's manipulation,
right.
her need for control, is like it spreads to everyone around her, and it makes them sick, too.
So what do you think about that?
I think it's a really interesting question to consider.
Yeah.
Like, how can we protect ourselves from these kinds of toxic influences?
Right.
How can we recognize them, and how can we break free from them?
Yeah. That's something I'm going to be thinking about for a while.
Me